Last thing to talk about here, let's talk about subcommands really quick. Let's say I want to know, like I have this string that I want to output. Well, let's just do what I have right there. I can say echo, I think, and then I want to run who am I in the middle of here. So if I put $, and then I put parentheses here, and I put who am I right there, is a really cool user. It's actually going to go in and it's going to run a subcommand in here. So it's actually going to execute a separate command here and run whatever between the parentheses. Whatever that returns to standard out, it's going to put that there. Or whatever it would have piped, right? That makes sense? So this is a subcommand. So I can do echo the current date is date. Right? So that's what that's really useful. It's useful for doing something in a subcommand, getting all that information, and returning it back up to the higher process, basically. So let's say you had a job or like some sort of task that's running every day that just goes in and checks the date and it checks the uptime and it attaches that to a file. The way you can do that is echo date, and then you can do plus %x, and that'll just give you the date. It won't give you like the rest of the time. I just found that from the manual. And then I can do a second subcommand here for the uptime. And I can run that and put that into log.txt like that. And now if I look at log.txt, you can see here, here's the date. Here's the dash that we put right there, right? And here is the uptime, right? And I can run that a bunch of times. And if I look at log.txt, you can see here, this was what your log, like each line would be like one entry in your log or something like that. So how often do I use subcommands? Once every 3 months. Like I don't use them that often, but the times that they end up coming in useful, like I'm very happy I know what they are. But yeah, anything inside of that $ parentheses there, it can be anything. Like it could be echo you could be did not like that. Oh yeah, because it was trying to do anyway. It's trying to tab completion where it was not something where you wanted to be doing that. Cat log.txt, right? So I was able to like read in the file to standard in, and then cat that, and then have that return up from the sub process, and then have that return here. So that's why it says hi, and then user at the end, and then all of log.txt in there. One last thing here. You will see another older way of doing this. I say hi, and then you can put backticks. And you'll notice that that actually ends up working as well. This is the old way of doing it. In fact, I was reading that it's like very old. Like it hasn't been like the primary way of doing that for many, many years. But they still include it for like backwards compatibility purposes. Always just do the $ parentheses because it's a superior way of doing that. For one, you can nest them, so you can actually have multiple subcommands nested, whereas with backticks that does not work. And it's less ambiguous, and it's easier to read. It's just a better way of doing it, and there's more options of what you can do. But I include the backticks just so you know that. So if you read it in like a Stack Overflow answer, backticks also will execute something as a subcommand.
Can you discuss the other columns of PS/AUX?
Maybe. I ignore most of them, so all right, so user, that one makes sense, right? PID, CPU percentage usage, right? So you can, I think you can actually sort this, and so you can see like if you have something that's like pegging your CPU, you can figure out what that is and you can kill it. Same with percentage memory. I do not know what VSC, I don't know what any of these are. TTY. Stat, start. Obviously start is when you start it. Time is how long it's been running. And the command is obviously what you're running. But for these ones in the middle, I would just have to go look up what they are. But suffice to say, they're not important, or I haven't had to know them in my entire career, so they're not important enough for me to know. And if I don't know it, it's not important. No, I'm just kidding. I've never had to look it up.
Speaking of environments, paths, and putting them in your profile, like how do you know which file your computer is actually running? Like if it's profile or bash profile or bash RC?
That's a good question. Your login shell, like whenever you log into a new session of bash, it will always read bash RC. 100% of the time, I believe it should read bash RC. Bash profile will only run on the first interactive shell that's invoked that day. And then different shells have different files names, but they usually kind of follow the same thing. Like ZSH's is ZSHRC, right? I don't think they have a ZSH profile. I think they just have ZSHRC. Same with fish cell, it's .fishrc. So just stick to the name of the shell RC file in your home directory, and you'll be golden.